Yo, what's up, guys? A Stories here, back with another video. Check out my socials, they're on screen now. Young Prodigy on SoundCloud, Post Vertex on Snapchat, and Batty Boy to the Max on Instagram. Now, enough promoting, let's get right into the video. So, this happened recently, and basically the start of the story, well, first, for the sake of my friend's name, I'm going to call him Josh. So this started off as a normal day, I woke up, got dressed, brushed my teeth, did some schoolwork online, and my friend Josh called me up and he was like, hey, you want to hang out? So we didn't just make plans to hang out, we made plans for him to sleep over at my house. Long story short, he didn't that did not end up happening. So after that, we just I went to his house, walked over there, and all we were really gonna do was make a song, but then we got bored and was like, no, let's not do that. So we just started walking around a bit, and after we started walking around for a bit, we got bored again. And then we ran into two of Josh's friends, and they wanted to hang out with us. So we ended up going to racetrack because it's right next to Josh's house. So we got some snacks and stuff, and then we decided to go over to the park. So we were just walking around the park, and then Josh's two friends saw these white kids playing some football. So they wanted to go over there and fuck with them. So they went over there, not like as in fuck with them as, be an asshole to them, but they wanted to play football. And of course they ended up fucking them up. And so one of them got mad and it was like, I'm the fucking freshman varsity something, I don't know. He was saying some stupid shit like that. Luckily, nothing really happened. They didn't end up fighting or nothing. Just a little argument. So after that, we started walking around a little more. Javen was like, hey, I got some weed. Let's go smoke it. So me and his friends started walking. And then we saw these two girls. And Josh's friends decided to be a little bit of a dick move on their part. But it was kind of funny at first. Then it just kind of got old. They kept on calling these two girls like pamper wearers, like they were wearing diapers and shit, like they was nasty. And then they looked back when they heard him, and he was like, yeah, that was us. I was like, oh, no, don't bring us into this. We weren't saying nothing. So basically, if you guys don't know, in my park, we have these things called the rocks, and it's like a big old rock pile, like full of fake rocks with like a water stream that's supposed to be in it, but it was empty, so you could sit wherever, not get any water on you. So we sat down somewhere and we rolled up a fatty. Like, this motherfucker was fat. So I knew it was going to take us a minute to smoke it all. So we ended up started smoking. We told Josh's friends to be on the lookout. Of course they didn't. They just kind of walked off into the skate park. And then after a while, like, the smoke coming off of this thing was fucking humongous, dude. Like, you could see all the smoke from a mile away. So these two fucking kids see the smoke, so they come over here, and I know they smell it. I know they smelled as fuck, because this shit smelled. It was called mimosa. So these kids come over, and they don't say anything to us. They just keep on looking at us. So I knew they had to be over here for a reason. They either smelt it, or they wanted to see what we were doing. So we was like, all right, let's pack it up. And as soon as we start like packing it up, well, keep in mind, he handed it to me, and the way he handed it to me was all fucked up. So as soon as he handed it to me, weed fell out of it. I was like, wow. So after we fixed it all up, he rolled it back up. We heard a cop siren go like whoop whoop, and I'm like, oh shit, we gotta go. He's like, oh yeah, no, we do, because this whole fucking area smells. I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. So we started dipping. And we were looking for places to go. First we used the bathroom, and then we see this bridge. Over the bridge they have a bunch of trees. And so we start walking over to that place, over the bridge. And as we're walking, we see these two girls from earlier. Same girls, but with a dude. And he looks about the same size as us. And so we're like, alright, we're not worried too much about it. And so the dude and the two girls start coming our way. We're like, oh fuck, this is going to ruin the whole thing. They're going to see it and they're going to smell it. He was like, I know. So he starts coming over here, and as he passes by, Javen's like, wait, is that the kid that you whooped his ass in 6th grade? I was like, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't see him from that far away, because he was wearing a hoodie over his head, had a stereo on his fucking arm, all black clothes on. I have that story for another time, about the whole 6th grade thing. So basically, I don't recognize the kid at this time, so I just say, yo, what's up? Throw the peace signs up at him. And he turns around and he flicks me off, like for a solid 5-10 seconds, and just deeply stares at me. I'm like, what the fuck? And so after that, they sit down somewhere, and me and Javen couldn't do it right there, because there was a whole bunch of people on the other side watching, people on little boats going around the lake. So we ended up trying to go somewhere else. And throughout this whole day, we just couldn't get it. We couldn't smoke the rest of it. So we looked for somewhere else, and we're like, oh shit, let's just go back over the bridge, because you can't get on this other side of the park unless you go past that bridge. So we ended up going on the bridge, but as soon as we get near the bridge, this kid, same one with the two girls, is like, hey, y'all come here. And he was like pointing at us, and he was like giving us the finger, like, yo, come here, like waving us towards him. I'm like, Javen's like, what? No. And I'm like, no, who the fuck? No, fuck you. I don't know you, bro. What the fuck? And so we just keep on walking. And as soon as we get on the other side, we stop for a minute to look around. And this kid comes up behind us, like, not trying to tell us something, but he walks with two little girlfriends. And he starts, like, talking shit. But it wasn't to us, because we turned around. He wasn't looking at us. He was looking at these two kids that looked just like us in front of us. One was bald and one was big and black. That looked like Josh and one looked like me. So we were like, alright, we're not really worried about it. So we ended up finding a place to smoke the rest of the joint. And we had to go back to my house at this time, because I promised my mom I'd be back. So as we're like gonna go walk back to my house, he gets a call from his cousin saying, alright, I can pick you up to bring you to your sister's house. Because one of his family members was giving him a hard time. He didn't want to stay home. So he was like, alright, I gotta go. I was like, alright, bro, be safe. So we split it apart. And this isn't the end of the story, no. So I went home, and basically one of my friends, I'll call him Jerry, he was like, hey, Patrick, do you want to come to church with me? I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, fuck it. So he's like, all right, be there in 20 minutes. I was like, what? Because at this time, I was still loaded. So he's like, yeah. I was like, all right, whatever, man. So I got ready, and at the time, he didn't know I was, like, high at all. He didn't know I was loaded. So his mom got here, got in the truck. I was like, dog, I'm fucked. And he looked at me. He's like, oh, my God, dude, why are you coming to fucking church with me? I'm like, I don't know, man. You invited me. So we ended up going to church. The whole ride there was fun. We was laughing and shit. So as soon as we get there, I'm all anxious and shit because I'm in the house of the Lord, fucking disrespecting the shit out of him, being high as fuck in his house. So I'm like, oh, damn. All right, so the whole time, it was good, though. I didn't really get too anxious, but at the same time, nothing really happened. So church ended. We ended up going to Taco Bell and going to Walmart parking lot. And we sat in the back of his mom's truck on the tailgate, and we just ate, fucked around for a few minutes, and she brought me home. So after that, nothing really happened. But if you guys did enjoy the story, subscribe, like, and leave a comment of your stories. I'd love to read them. So yeah, peace.